Hello, the one and only Xylophoney here with another ARK Survival Evolved cluster of fan-made dossiers, and we got some good ones today. So, we have a list of them going through in the background right now, showing a few of them that we won't really be going over today. But if you do want to see some of those more in depth, make sure you let me know in the comments while you're leaving a like on the video, Anyway, we're going to start off with something everyone likes. Turtles. I like turtles. Especially the Archelon. Now this guy is, a really good addition because we have the Carbonemus in the game already, but this is more of a giant sea turtle. As you can see, he has those cool fins, and he will be more popular directly in the ocean. It says here, in the wild, the Archelon molibus has the unique ability to survive both on land and in the water. Archelon is seen nearest the shore. It spends its day looking for food such as jellyfish and small fish. While being a rather useful mount for beginning survivors, it's said that they can inflict serious damage with their sharp beaks. When domesticated, while being similar to the Ichthyosaurus curiosa, Archelon is known for its robustness. They also tend to carry things on their back with no problem, probably because of their large shells. Archelon's diet mainly consists of the poisonous Cnidaria. They are capable of storing the strong poison of the jellyfish for later detoxification. If done quick and efficiently, the survivor can be able to collect that poison to use in sedatives. So this guy is going to be really useful because you can use him to harvest the poison properties of the soon-to-be added Cnidaria, who is an official dossier. So this would be a nice addition to add to that. Considering it's a turtle that eats jellyfish, that's also pretty cool about it. And let's be honest, a lot of people like turtles. When I was little, I had pet turtles, well, pet wild box turtles that I kept outside, but I had them penned up, and it would just be a great addition, and this just gives a little bit more variation to your turtles. You got your land turtles and your sea turtles, both dominating their environments with shells. Anyway, let's move on to the next dossier, which is the Coxcephalus Trimicrodon. So here we have another flyer for ARK Survival Evolved. Now, although it's not quite the biggest thing in the game, it's big enough to fly on. So it says here that in the wild, the Coxcephalus hunts in a pack. Bigger dinosaurs like Quetzalcoatlus and medium-sized land dinosaurs like the Gallimimus. So it hunts very large dinosaurs. Luckily, the Quetzalcoatlus is very passive in the wild, so it's able to do that. It uses pack mentality to take on these opponents. When in its pack, Coxcephalus will fly in no particular formation, but will fly so the strongest is nearest to the front. When tamed, Coxcephalus has the ability to group together with wild Coxcephalus and make them follow you. They will not fight you unless attacked. Although other wild ones will not help fight, they provide a mate boost bonus if they are the opposite gender. Okay. So we got kind of like pack birds, which certainly aren't a thing that's in the game right now, except for the Dimorphodons, and, well, the Dimorphodons are kind of much smaller. So these guys will group up and take down large predators, and if you have one tamed, the wild ones will follow you around. And let's be honest, that mate boost bonus is always worth getting. So, let's move on to a next creature, the Synthetoceras. Now this guy is going to be another herbivore, roaming around the land. He's partially skittish, and he is pretty speedy by the look of things. It says, this three-horned, deer-like creature is very wary of his surroundings. Therefore, if a human were to approach it, it will butt its head with who or whatever it was running from to flinch it, then make its escape. When tamed, it becomes almost too calm with humans and sometimes follows other tribe members around, even if told to stay. While doing this, if it is attacked, it will immediately do what it does before it's tamed. The use of its horns are to push away and, if domesticated, knock out other dinosaurs or humans. So this guy's pretty friendly. He follows humans around, he doesn't really care what you say, but if you attack him, he's going to use those horns against you. Now, the benefit of these horns is they provide knockback. They can be used to hit things and send them back so this thing can make an escape. And if you have them tamed, you can definitely use it in strategic situations when you're fighting things. Imagine you have turrets guarding your base. Plant one of these guys at the door, and they're going to keep pushing them into the turret's range. It might be very efficient. Or this guy might be a little bit too weak to defend in any serious situation. Either way, it's a cool addition, and he has some unique capabilities. He can be ridden, but he can't do a lot of damage. He can't carry much, but he's pretty fast, he has that knockback, and it's kind of cool looking, not gonna lie. But let's move on to our next dossier, and oh boy, this one was actually made by one of you guys. After I suggested you use the link down below to go to the dossier creating thing. Well, you need other programs to do it, but all the information is there in the description, so check it out. And it is the Feliscatosaurus. Yes, it's a cat. It's a very ferocious cat, though. I think it's all summed up. There's a lot of text here, but it's summed up by "Do not be fooled by their cuteness. These dinosaurs are vicious hunters." So let's see what they got. They got some speed. They can harvest meat, hide. Obviously, they can be tamed. They got claws. They got fists of fury. They got teeth. They can do lots of jumps. They can go really fast. They can jump super high and far. And they are just impenetrable. Ladies and gentlemen, the cat. Fear it. We're going to move on to the next one, the Kentrosaurus. Now, the Kentrosaurus has always been one of my favorites because it's much like a Stegosaurus, a very popular dinosaur. Except while the Stegosaurus only has horns on its tail, well, spikes to ward off predators, the Kentrosaurus has spiky plates all across its back, which, well, ARK will agree with me, spikes make things look cool. Just look at the mammoths. They have spikes on their tusks. But yeah, there's some dangerous things with this guy, but it says a resident of the more arid locations of the island, cough cough, desert biome, Kentrosaurus elastica is a smaller, sure-footed, and hardy member of the Stegosaurus family that is actually less dangerous than it looks. Okay, so this guy's actually fairly friendly, and he has a social temperament, so he'll just kind of hang out with other dinosaurs, be fairly friendly with humans, and, you know, not really be a threat unless attacked, and even then, he's not as strong as a Stegosaurus. I kind of like this addition to the game, just to add a little bit more character, but I don't imagine it's something they would do since they already have the Stegosaurus. But another one I was a fan of was the Styracosaurus, which is pretty much a spikier version of the Triceratops. So if you're into spiky looking dinosaurs, make sure to look that one up. So we're going to move on to our next creature, which is the Gastonia. Very similarly to the last one, the Gastonia is a member of the Ankylosaurus family. However, the way they describe this Gastonia is it is pretty much everything the Ankylosaur could have been. It has a very tanky shell, and this shell just absorbs everything. It has a tight packed layer of muscle under its keratin shell, so it can ward off dangerous theropods. Now, just looking at the little symbols here, it has 4 little shield symbols, so a lot of defense to it. It also has those spikes on its back, and those spikes can hurt predators if they come and attack the Gastonia. So you can use him to block off areas, it suggests. And one of the more interesting things, it says this guy is actually pretty smart. I would definitely be interested in taming one of these guys and seeing if it's useful for more than just gathering metal. But either way, it's a really cool dinosaur. I also suggest you look this one up if you're interested in, well, cool dinosaurs. Let's be honest, if you're here, you're probably interested in dinosaurs. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the last one. The once again, mighty unicorn! So yeah, I had to throw another unicorn in, and we threw it in last. But this is a more realistic interpretation of a unicorn. As you can see, it's mainly a normal-looking warhorse that just happens to have a horn on it. So, put that into perspective, and it can be a very dangerous creature, and I just love the picture of a dude in flak armor riding a unicorn. It just looks intimidating to me. I don't know about you guys, I just feel like unicorns should be feared. It says here, in the wild, the unicorn can be found all across the island's lowlands. This does not mean they're a common sight, mind you, as they are quite rare indeed. Though normally docile, they often defend themselves when threatened. I have seen more than one lone survivor be gored after assuming the unicorn to be some girly pony. I tried to warn them. While the unicorn is not the princess one might think at first glance, it is very intelligent and thinks quite highly of itself. It sees the act of bringing it down as a show of strength, and will only bow to your will by a show of respect through offering its favorite meal, the rare flowers that grow on the island. So, let's just go back to that line. Someone was gored by this thing. That means this thing charged someone and killed them. Let's just put it that way. It killed them. So, this is not to be taken lightly. However, in the next paragraph, it explains they love flowers. That is their favorite meal. So, it's kind of funny. This creature is that thing that's, okay, it's kind of adorable, but it's also super threatening. But it walks around eating flowers, being generally, pompous, but still willing to completely tear people apart when it has to. When domesticated, it's valued not only for its rarity, but for its utility and beauty. The combination of its speed and spear-like horn make the unicorn an agile battle mount. Under saddle, the unicorn grants the rider of a certain old-world regality. Yes, he really does just look quite fancy, doesn't he? And I assume this guy would have similar properties to the recently added woolly rhinoceros. Now, he may not be tanky, but I assume he'll be faster and hold more stamina, meaning when you do that charge attack, you'll be able to keep it held down for a while, and you can take down many opponents, and run away from opponents if you need to. So I think this would be a really fun interpretation of a unicorn. Definitely one of my favorite interpretations of the unicorn. I think they'd be super dangerous, violent, and, still a unicorn at heart. But let me know which of these dossiers was your favorite in the comments below. I'd really like to get the discussion going with you guys, so let me know. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll have more dossiers coming to you soon, and I will see you next time.